Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. We are the Dirty Soap Company, and the reason we are called the Dirty Soap Company, although the word dirty is kind of like an oxymoron, we call ourselves the dirty. When people hear the word dirty, they think to themselves, well, soap is supposed to be clean. Why is it called the Dirty Soap Company? So just so you know, part of the reason we call ourselves the Dirty Soap Company is because a lot of the items we use comes from the dirt, come from Mother Nature herself. So that is why we're called the Dirty Soap Company. Today we're actually going to make a batch of our EZ, E like Edward, Z like zebra, EZ soap. Just so you know, I make no claims about what our product can do. We don't say it heals, we don't say it cures anything. Basically, I'm just showing you the process of how we make our soap. And I will go through and explain a few of the herbs and things we have here. I won't go into detail about everything. Again, when I'm telling you like what honey does for the skin or what the Irish moss does for the skin, we are not making any claims saying that our soap will heal you or cure you from your eczema or anything like that. Okay, so we're gonna make the soap today, and tomorrow we will do another video showing the cut of the soap. So let me go ahead and get started. Right here we have our honey. We have a bowl of freshly poured honey. Also right here we have the neem and some horsetail that is put in there. On this one right here we have St. John's wort. On this one we have marshmallow, whole oats. This is a combination of Irish moss, colloidal oatmeal, and we have our aloe vera. In my large bowl here, I have already put my coconut oil and my olive oil. So that is what we will be using as our base. Empty bowl, and right here we have our sodium that has been sitting and cooling off for a minute. Normally when I make soap, I make large batches. For the sake of video, I will be using small containers, making a 10 batch, like I said, just for the sake of video to show you how things are done. Basically, that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to take our aloe vera, yes, and cut it up. Okay, so while I'm speaking to you, let's talk a little bit about some of the ingredients that we're gonna be using in here. Okay, I prefer to use fresh aloe vera. I know you can buy liquid aloe at the store. However, my personal preference has always been to use fresh aloe vera. Look at that. That's just plain goodness right there, you know? So I'm gonna put it in this separate container because if you add it straight to your soap batter, it tends to thicken up and cause premature hardening of your batter. So hardening, thickening of your batter. So basically I'm just gonna get this, scrape all that goodness out of there. Oh my God, that looks so good. Okay. Yes. Aloe vera is a very nice plant. Has a lot of properties to it, does a lot of things. Okay, this last piece right here, we're gonna put this in there too. And then we should have quite a bit, enough for that little small 10 batch. Normally when I'm doing a larger batch, like the large batches I make, I take one of the whole long aloe vera leaves and put in there. But again, for the sake of making a small batch, this is what we're using. Let's see if we can get some of this gelatinous off of here. Okay. Yep, and let's set that aside. Let's take a cloth and kind of clean up behind ourselves. One thing I've noticed about making soap is can't work in the mess. You gotta clean up behind yourself as you go. At some point, ooh, I can smell that. It smells so good and fresh. I always have a preference to using fresh vegetables and herbs over using other things. Okay, so there we go. Can you see how much we have in there? It's nice. Okay, so we're gonna set that aside until we're ready for it. Okay, as I stated earlier, I have my coconut oil and my olive oil in here ready to be blended. So we're gonna go through just really quick here and mix that. Sorry about the noise. I'm gonna try to do it on low so it doesn't make too much noise. Got big chunks of coconut oil. So I am using 70 degree coconut oil, which means this coconut oil that I'm using, it solidifies at 70 degrees. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that in there. And this right here is my sodium. And like I said, it's been sitting to the side, cooling off. I like for my sodium to be a certain temperature. Some people actually take their sodium and pour it down the shaft. I do that from time to time. I want to try to get out every little bit of it because not doing so will cause the recipe to be over super fatted. And we already have a slight bit of super fatness in my recipe, so I don't want to put it too much super fat in there. Okay, again, I am going to wipe. Don't want any residue anywhere. I don't think I spilled any on the table or anything, but just in case. Okay, so I'm gonna step over to the side again while I go ahead and blend so that I can mix this up. Okay, I only want to mix it just a little bit. If you notice, it's still kind of drippy. The reason I did that is because this is a double batch and I'm actually gonna pour half of it off into this container here. Okay, so let's take, I'm gonna put a little bit in here. Well, let's do it like this. Sorry, everyone. Let's get some of this off of here. I'm gonna stick that in the aloe vera because at some point we're gonna mix that and put that in there anyway. Okay, so let me go ahead. I have my scale zeroed, and I know because I make these small batches from time to time, I know exactly how much this weighs. I'm very precise with my weighing because when you aren't, it alters your recipe and it may make your bar drier one time than another, or it may make it too oily. So I'm very precise with my measuring, and I already know how much of this I need to put in here for it to be half. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so that is half, and we're going to take all this right here and put it back in the bowl so it doesn't drizzle down the side. Okay, and let's get that out the way and set it aside for my next project. Okay, so now what we have here is half a batch. This is actually enough to go in there. I do kind of have everything pre-measured. So in here, what I'm going to do is take a tad bit of this right here and put it in there so that I can blend it with the aloe. I used to put the aloe vera in straight in here, but what happened is I found myself having elongated pieces that weren't blended up very well. So I always put it in a side thing, blend it, and then pour it back in there. So let's turn this on low. And again, I'm gonna step to the side and let's get that blended up. When you use the pure aloe vera, it gets thick really quickly. I've noticed using the liquid, it doesn't get thick as quickly. I don't know if it's the preservative that's in the liquid or what it may be, but I noticed that it doesn't solidify as quickly. And like I said, I prefer using fresh. Try my best to stay away from preservatives. Anytime you make something out of water, you have to put a preservative in it because water builds bacteria. However, when you're making soap, you don't have to. And, oh, I got a little piece of green in there from where that's a little piece of skin. Let's take that off. Okay. So that's part of the benefits of using fresh fruits and vegetables. Sometimes you get part of the hull of the skin. So this is my aloe vera and soap base. If you notice, it's extremely thick. Okay, I'm gonna take it and just add it to what I have here. And again, the reason I did it on the side was because when I put the aloe vera directly into my soap batter, there have been times when I get ready to pour and I notice I have like a small elongated piece of aloe vera that did not get blended very well. So by me putting it in this shallow container, it gets blended very well. Okay. So let's wipe and make sure we get all that goodness in there. Yeah, okay. And while we're doing this, we're gonna talk a little bit about eczema. So, don't know if you all know, but a large majority of adults, probably around 90%, that had eczema as a child carried it over into their adulthood. I'm actually just kind of mixing this manually without the tooling to incorporate it because it's already thick enough and I want to be able to put my other herbs in there. So like I said, a large majority of adults, probably around 90% of them that had eczema as a child carried it over into their adulthood. Eczema, it can be irritating, it's difficult, and sometimes it's really hard to keep from scratching. Some of the things that we have in here, for example, neem. Neem is a great emollient and is known for reducing swelling and numbing. It's also antibacterial, it's an antihistamine, it's anti-inflammatory, it's an analgesic. It's also rich in lipids, which the lipids can help calm and dry irritated skin. Okay, so we're actually gonna put our honey last. I like to put my powders first. And that's part of the benefits of neem. So that was our combination of neem and horsetail that we just put in there. And like I said, I've got everything pre-measured. So the next thing we're putting in there is our St. John's wort. We're also gonna put our marshmallow. Ooh, marshmallow is good. And our combination of Irish moss and colloidal oats. I'm gonna put about half of it in there for right now. And then I'll add the rest after I've done the honey. Now with the honey, I can say one word, powerful. It is straight from Mother Nature. Just to name a few, honey can reduce the growth of bacteria, it can soothe dry, scaly skin, while in turn hydrating the skin and minimizing inflammation. Honey is packed with vitamins, minerals, and amino acids. So let's go ahead and get that goodness in there. Honey is gonna change the color of our soap. It's gonna give it a really brown look to it. This right here soap, you do not want to use it on broken skin. Do not ever use anything like this on broken skin. Okay. The other thing that we put in there was the Irish moss. And Irish moss is actually an algae, and it contains 92 of the 102 minerals that our body needs to function properly. It provides us with vitamin A, B, C, D, and K, and it's rich in calcium, iodine, potassium, and that's just to name a few. Oh, and it's excellent in helping to maintain the elasticity of the skin. So, you know, as we age, a few of us are really concerned about the elasticity of our skin. Well, Irish moss is really good for our connective tissue and maintaining the elasticity of the skin. And also we had oatmeal in here too. One of the great benefits of oatmeal is that once we put all of these things right here in, that oatmeal locks it in. Okay, but like I said, I'm not going to go into all the ingredients. You can basically do your own research on them. I'm going to go ahead, pick my stick up, sit it down on all those powders, and I'm going to blend for a second. Okay, so I'm going to kind of step away so you don't hear the noise. Okay, and now that I've got it kind of blended, I'm going to go ahead and add that last bit of Irish moss. Almost through blending because I've got this on full force here. And we're actually getting some substance here. I do not put essential oils in this. I do not put fragrance oil in it. My EZ bar contains none of that, okay? So it's just good, natural, pure, herbal, nutritional, wholesome soap, okay? Oh, yeah. I usually look for my drops to be about 3 seconds in between. So right now we got about 2-second drop. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. Okay. One. So we got about 3 seconds on our drips. Not quite, but almost. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take it at that. I'm gonna use this one right here. You just want to get all up in there. I'm a minimal person. I don't leave, I'm very frugal and I always try to get everything down to the last drop. I've noticed on some videos that people actually just blend and they take their stick blender and sit it aside with all that substance on there. Not I. I clip coupons and I get things down to the very last drop. Try to get it all. Okay, so now that we've got that done, that was very simple. Believe it or not, everybody, we just made soap. Okay, made soap. And I'm gonna do another video for those of you all that are interested in making your own soap, or whether you're wanting to do it as a craft for yourself and your family, or whether you're wanting to do it as a profit. I'm gonna do a video sometime in the next day or two that will tell you how to get started making soap if that is something that you want to do. No, I don't mind sharing the craft. There's enough out here for everyone. You know, I don't understand people that are like, no, I'm not going to teach you how to make soap because you might take all the money that I'm making. That's hogwash. Yeah. So, and you know, the thing is you got to find your niche, because no matter how much I show you, there's something that you're going to do that's going to be your style. And your style will differ a whole lot from mine. So, you know, okay. So let's get all of that on there. That is good, wholesome goodness on there. Okay. We're done with all of that. And last but not least, let's get that in there. We're going to take the whole oats. And this is going to be the topping. And basically the whole oats up top, they serve two purposes. A temporary exfoliant, and the reason I say temporary is because it's not within, and at some point the oats off top, they kind of dissipate or they fall off. So that is why I say temporary, but they also serve aesthetic reasons. You know, they're very aesthetically pleasing to the eye. That's like one of my favorite words. You all might hear me say that a lot of my videos, aesthetics, because I love things that are aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Okay, so this is our soap, and the color that it is now, it will be a tad bit darker than this tomorrow, and that is because of the honey that's in it. But There we go, everyone. We just made a bar of easy soap. Again, the ingredients that we had in there was honey. We had neem and horsetail, St. John's wort, marshmallow, whole oats, which is right here, the Irish moss and colloidal oatmeal. We had our aloe vera that we cut up and blend and put in there. We blend everything up very nicely. We topped it with the whole oats, and here it is. I'm gonna let this sit overnight, and tomorrow we'll do a cutting on it and see what it looks like. Thank you so much for watching our first of many videos. We will see you next time. Don't forget to hit the like button, share, follow us, give us a follow. We're going to be posting a lot of videos. Remember, our soap has a purpose. All of the bars, we're going to make turmeric. We're going to do all sorts of bars. But our motto is, if you won't put it on the inside of your body, don't put it on the outside. We don't do novelty soap. Oh, I take that back. Sometimes during the holidays, I may make a bar of novelty or something. But even in my novelty soap, I try to put some type of purpose in there. So I do make pretty soaps, but even my pretty soaps have a purpose to them. This easy soap that we made, we do have an easy cream as well that has all the same ingredients in it. The neem, the horsetail, St. John's wort, horsetail, marshmallow, the oatmeal, the Irish moss, the aloe vera, all of that is in our cream as well. So, you know, thank you. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.